Hey guys, it's Aaron Lewis, and in today's video I thought that I would actually do something quite different today and just tell you about my high school experience and basically how my high school treated us like prisoners, like we were in a cult. So if you want to hear more about that, well, you know what to do, you keep watching. Okay, so I graduated from high school last year. It was my final year, grade 12, and I completed high school. But the thing about Australian schools, I want to make a disclaimer because Australian schools, I think, are very different from other schools around the world. Like in America, you don't have to wear uniform, you have lockers, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can probably bring a gun to school. But in Australia, you can't. You have to wear a uniform and you have to abide by that uniform, literally. If you don't abide by that uniform, there will be repercussions of it. And I don't know about England either. I think you do have a uniform policy over there, but I don't think it's anything near as strict as the one here. But practically, the school that I went to, they cared more about your appearance and your uniform than they actually did about educating you on things that really matter in this world. Like, I think that's the reason why you're meant to go to school, to be educated on things to help improve your knowledge. But the school that I went to, they cared more about the uniform. Like, for instance, our uniform policy was you had to wear a full school uniform, which was either a sports uniform or a formal uniform, which with the tie, shorts and everything. And you couldn't dye your hair, you couldn't have your hair in a mohawk. So if I had slides like this and had my hair in a mohawk, I'd be sent to the UCR, and they would either call my parents to take me home, or I would just stay in the UCR all day and look at the wall. The UCR, by the way, is Uniform Correction Room. It's where if you had a uniform infringement, you'd spend the whole day there. And even the next day and the next day and the next day after that, until you fixed the uniform incorrection that you had. You weren't allowed tracks in your hair, you weren't allowed dreadlocks, as I said, you weren't allowed mohawks. No one was allowed to dye their hair. Like, some girl dyed her hair like a dark red. It looked very natural. I didn't even notice it. But the principal noticed it. I don't know how, but he noticed it, and he literally pulled her out of class, sent her up to the UCR for the day, called her parents and said, if you don't fix your child's hair by tomorrow, she's not welcome back at this school because we have a very strict uniform policy, and if you don't abide by it, your child can leave. So the principal was not a nice person. Like, on assembly, he would not smile. If there were people up doing like scenes or like little skits on the stage or something, he would just sit there with no emotion on his face. He just wasn't a nice principal. Now that I think about it, he was like, yeah, he probably had good things in mind for the school, but he cared pretty much about uniform, and I don't know who would want to attend a school that's like that, because schools to me are where you go to learn. Girls weren't even allowed to wear makeup. Even if you had the slightest amount of makeup on your face, you get sent to the UCR, you'd be told to completely wipe it off, and if you didn't wipe it off, as I said, your parents would be phoned. You'd have to be picked up from school, or you just stay in the UCR all day. And like, literally, you weren't allowed to show any affection to anyone at school. Like, if you went up and hugged your best mate or anything like that, and a teacher or principal saw, you would get reprimanded for that and told never to do it again, or otherwise you would get detention for it, for hugging someone. I think there was actually a rule. Everyone said there was a rule because we got the diary and it had all the school rules in it. And someone said that in the diary there was like a 30 centimeter rule. You had to maintain 30 centimeters from everyone in the school grounds. And I don't know if that was true. I never really bothered looking at the rules because I never really was a rule breaker anyway, because I didn't like getting in trouble. And if you had a big group of friends, like let's say you had a group of 5 friends, 5 or more friends, the principal said on assembly one day that if you are caught walking around in a gang more than 5, I think it was, you would be, I'm not kidding right now, just so you know, you'd be given detention because you're walking around in a gang and it's not representing the school in a good manner. This is how the principal spoke. And like, students drove their cars to school, obviously, and this one I kind of got why he said it, but on assembly one day he said that if you were caught doing anything stupid in your car, he would literally go out to your car during school hours and take your wheels off. Like, that's what he said to the whole cohort, the whole grade 12 cohort. You also weren't allowed to use your mobile phone devices during school hours. If you weren't allowed to bring a laptop to school unless you only used it in school hours. If you used it at lunch breaks, it would be confiscated, because the principal did not like anyone on their phone, or he didn't even want people bringing their laptops to school until the government made it compulsory that all schools allowed students to bring their laptops to schools. But literally you weren't allowed to use your mobile phone at all, like at all throughout the day. If you just pulled it out to take the time and a principal or a teacher saw it, you'd have your phone confiscated and taken up to the office, and you could collect it at 3 o'clock that afternoon. Now, not all teachers would confiscate your phones. Like my English teacher, she was nice, she was cool. She saw me on my phone plenty of times and I never got my phone confiscated. But I had all my other teachers, biology, math, if they saw you on your phone, they'd confiscate it. But I actually never got my phone confiscated. Now that I actually think about it, I always knew how to hide my phone very well. I always wore like a jacket like this, so I'd like stick it in the little thing. Like, I'm pretty sure teachers did see me on my phone, but they just didn't bother confiscating it. They always confiscated my friends' phones, but never mine. I don't know why. Like, maybe I was like a teacher's pet or something, but I honestly wasn't. Like, I always got yelled at for talking non-stop and never doing my work, but I still passed my classes, so I think that's all that really matters. Also, I don't know whether I already mentioned this, but girls were not allowed to wear any form of makeup, even if they just wanted to put a little light layer of makeup on to cover their skin, because I know, you're going through teenage years, you break out in acne. I went through a bad stage with acne, and but girls obviously want to cover it up because it gets you quite insecure about yourself, because people are judging you and you just want to cover it up with a bit of makeup. But the girls were not allowed to put any makeup on themselves whatsoever. If you had any makeup on, you'd be told to go wipe it off. And also, winter time at school, people, like, our jackets I think were like $50 and above, and a lot of people couldn't afford that because the uniforms were expensive enough. I think for a pair of just plain maroon shorts with our school logo on it cost like $40, I think. So in winter, the school principal literally said on stage that it doesn't get cold in Australia, so if you can't afford a school jumper, it doesn't matter. Even though he wore jackets and long sleeve stuff through winter, but us students couldn't wear anything. We had to pay out $50 for a stupid jacket that literally had a couple stripes on it and the school logo. It was ridiculous. Well, the formal jacket I think cost it was knitted, whatever. It cost like $80 for a knitted jacket. So he expects you to freeze at school, and it does actually get quite cold in Australia because we're not used to the lower temperatures in climate. So our cold is I think it's 16 degrees Celsius, that is. But in America that would probably be spring weather. I'm not too sure, but that'll probably be spring weather over there. But here our bodies just aren't used to that sort of climates, because in summer we hit up to 40 degree heat, 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it is hot. So I know everyone watching this video might be like, why did he just ramble on for a good 10 minutes about his high school policies? Because quite frankly, you guys won't give a shit. Most likely. You might, I don't know. I know that I was out of video ideas, I'm going to be honest. I was out of video ideas and I saw someone else's video like this. Then I watched a couple of videos like this, and it was actually quite interesting to see other people's school policies and how they were different from mine, and how they were not going to brag or anything or just just say anything. But my school policies were actually a lot more ridiculous compared to theirs. So, but yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Remember to follow my other social media accounts, but they're always down in the description box below. So don't forget that if you're watching any of my other videos, maybe to follow me on my other social media accounts. And if you already haven't, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more rambling videos like this maybe. Hit that thumbs up button and stay tuned for more videos, and just make sure to have a good week. See you guys.